welcome to the Kopala TV main news. And now for our headlines. Gears urges MPs to stand up and defend democracy. Zanasu tracks institutions and individuals inciting students to protest. NCP urges youth not to protest. And in international news, River Nile plastic bag users in South Sudan face armed arrest. Join us in a bit after this. To present the Kopala TV main news, my name is Wabwila Musongole. The Governance Elections Advocacy Research Services GEARS initiative has urged members of Parliament to remain steadfast, challenge the purported standing orders and vote out Bill 10. GEARS Executive Director McDonald Chipenzi has said they find extremely strange the manipulative manner in which those behind Bill 10 want to gag members of the former Ad Hoc Select Committee on the review of the Constitution, led by Raphael Nakachinda, to vote for the obnoxious bill. Mr. Chipenzi said it is a well-known fact that once the Ad Hoc Select Committee has presented its report to the House, the members of that committee cease to be members, and their collective decision at the committee level can be independently debated and challenged when the report is tabled for debate before the full House.
We find it extremely disgusting and strange, the manipulative manner in which the sponsors of Bill 10 wants to promote a treacherous business in the House with regards the consideration of Bill 10 by the members of Parliament. The purported standing orders that are being drafted to try and force members of the former Ad Hoc Select Committee on the review of the Constitution vis-à-vis Bill 10 is extremely uncalled for and anti-democracy, and indeed an assault to Article 20 of our Constitution. There is no way these members that participated in that ad hoc committee would be stopped from, one, voting or not voting for the bill, two, from walking out or not walking out from the House when the bill comes for consideration. That is an undermining of their freedom of choice, freedom of free will, freedom of expression, which Article 20 clearly states that no human being or citizen of this country should be stopped from enjoying their freedom of expression, their freedom of opinion, the freedom of disseminating that opinion either to an individual or a class of individuals or to the public, whichever form they want to use in disseminating this kind of information.
A fatal road traffic accident occurred yesterday along Great North Road, 3 kilometers away from Kabwe town at around 07 hours, when a bus carrying 54 inmates from Mukobeko Maximum Security Prison was headed to Mwembeshi Maximum Prison in a move to decongest the correctional facility. The accident happened when the driver lost control of the vehicle due to excessive speed, causing the vehicle to veer off the road and then overturn, crushing one inmate who died on the spot and leaving 3 others injured. Also injured was the assistant superintendent on duty, who sustained a head injury. Injured individuals were admitted to Kabwe General Hospital and have since been discharged. Opposition Democratic Party DP President Harry Kalaba has addressed the developmental potential of Lunga district in Luapula province. Mr. Kalaba said the area should not be neglected as it has plenty of potential, especially by way of tourism. He added that bringing development to Lunga district would allow the area to begin actively participating in national development. The opposition president said this during the party's visit to the area while en route to Kasoma.
The potential of tourism here is huge. When DP comes to government, these are the things, these are the possibilities we are going to bring to light. People are literally surviving in this place. And we tell them politics year after year after year. With DP in government, that will not happen. Lunga will realize its full potential.
In case you have just tuned in, you are watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us in a bit after our commercial break.
Kopala TV, Kopala ya buena mumwesu Kopala. Kopala TV.
My number. Ishusho limentindeaza yama oji orushani. Kopala TV.
Yama oji. Imuntu wandi Yesu. Fwebene by fwebene. Fwebene. Naidede kalasti. Iyako Kopala futi yaba Kopala.
Manje kuikatashani yoina. Naena ya kuntambo oroni jiviji.
Wala iwe. Ile sango patop stadi koda. Channel 98 paku. Ninshi yatuvela. Puta mensa ninshi yalila ni evidimbwi. Kule izimoli la femunjazi.
So yuri landati Kopala TV tayawanga ya boiling channel wako watu wachila tamba fe wino. Kwangwa filamba fyambo kupona. Uruwa mfotoro. Bantu ifuma channel wefingi fyamo pura fi.
Alula iwe. Kopala TV ni Kopala futi eile kuchalo. No shali mokuba molasti. Elo ile sansa Kopala yonse my number. Ukwambila pepe my number pandola lwansha. Kito paketi ke mufurila mufuken. Chingola pa chingo begi na chidila iwe. Ni Kopala TV eiliko.
Muntu wanja pakushongora fika top star wetata nde tambera pofi Kopala TV pachani 98 pakude konkana ne charo bamba to bamba ni pate after pate wo pate after pate wo Kopala TV OG yeah. Kopala TV available on Topstar channel 98. Kopala TV, entertainment just for you.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
One Zambia, one nation.
Zambia chalo chesu. Stop political violence.
I am Zambian. I am against political violence.
I am Zambian, and I say disarm all cadres now.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
It's not good killing one another as Zambians. Stop the violence.
Let's keep the peace in our streets. Let's work to stay one Zambia.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
Ndi mwina Zambia, lekeni ukulwa pamulandu wa politics.
Welcome back. The Zambian National Students Union, ZANASU, has said that it has kept track of institutions and individuals who have been engaging students to participate in planned countrywide protests to be led by former student leaders, youth from political parties, and musical artists. They said this in a statement issued from Svanberg, Denmark, by ZANASU President Mishek Kakonde. ZANASU says the organizers are floating 7 issues as a point of engagement, namely gold mining, corruption, Zambia's debt, lack of observance of human rights by Chinese investors, lack of youth empowerment, the shrinking media space, and freedom of speech. Mr. Kakonde has, however, said that as a student union mother body, ZANASU does not believe the 7 issues for which organizers want to engage students in protests are worth the effort for creating unrest in Zambia. He said the gold issue must be handled with sensitivity, and the Lungu administration has not done well in explaining this matter. He has noted that the administration has not done much to engage the youth in decision-making and that these are issues which the president must pay attention to. Mr. Kakonde said the issue of Zambia's debt and Chinese treatment of our people, including other matters, are issues which must be a subject of discussion, but they are no reason to cause unrest in the country. And under the prevailing COVID-19 conditions, Zambia cannot afford to have gatherings and demonstrations which have a potential to contribute to the spread of COVID-19. New Congress Party NCP President Peter Chanda yesterday issued a statement appealing to activists and youths planning to protest against infringements on freedom of expression to refrain from doing so. Mr. Chanda emphasized that such anarchic actions aimed at creating unrest are considered treasonous, adding that all grievances should be aired through the appropriate channels, such as the Industrial Development Corporation and other such entities.
In this vein, we want to call upon all those that are planning to demonstrate to understand that doing anything that will create anarchy to try and unseat the legitimate elected government is treasonous. And for those activists that are thinking that there is a revolution, I want to say that there is no tension in the country that should warrant a revolution. A revolution for what? It is for this reason that we want to call upon the youth to understand that issues that pertain to economic issues, we have the Industrial Development Corporation, we have other relevant channels through which can be used to air and present the petition. Moreover, we should be able to understand that we have the COVID-19 situation. Huge gatherings are not allowed. I want to also caution the police that they should be cautious in and when they decide to issue a permit to the people that want to demonstrate. We know that President Lungu's government has got a lot of enemies, especially the opposition. It is in this vein that I want to call upon the youths not to be used as tools to perpetrate violence and to push a particular agenda of those that advocated for Armageddon.
In case you have just tuned in, you are still watching the Kopala TV main news. We return after the break.
Mwisondena mupona ubulwele bwa coronavirus ubupya kabiri bulesalangana mu fyalo fimbi mukwangu fyanya. Obu bulwele bwakwata ifilangiriro n'efishibiro pamonga ichifuba, omubiri okukaba, kupema shika, elyono kushupikwa pakupema. Ubulwele bwa corona nga bwapitirira bulaleta utulaso n'emfyo okuleka okuvomba kabiri kuti bwaleta infwa nga takuli kundapwa. Omuntu wonse kuti ayambula obu ubulwele. Akashishi ka corona kambukira okupitira mu mwela wa menshi usabukanga umulwele wa corona akola atemwa atesula. Kuti wambula obulwele bwa corona okupitira mu kupalamana n'omulwele wa corona atemwa okuyikata inama nangu ifyakulya ififumine kunama ikwete akashishi ka corona. kuti chaba ichanguka umuntu ukwambula akashishi ka corona nga chakuti atandalira inchende okwapona obulwere bwa corona pakuyichingirira n'okuchingirira abantu bambi kuli ubu bulwere mufuire okusamba ku minwe libiri okubombya isopo n'amenshi ayabusaka atemwa okusuba umuti mu minwe uwakwipaya utushishi ebyo n'okwipikisha ifyakulya ififuma kunama n'amani omulwere wa corona kuti achinchintira okusalangana kwa bulwere okupitila mukufimba pakanwa na pamona ilyo yonse aletesula nangula alekola okubombya inchende yako bokopa lya kupetamina mukati kankonkoni atemwa kuti afimba po tishu elyo n'okusamba ku minwe panuma ya kuchita ifi nga muletunganya ukuti namulwala atemwa omuntu umo nalwala obu bulwere mufuire okuya kuchipatala ilyo linefye iyimbila yafuma kuchiputulwa cha bungu
One Zambia, one nation.
Zambia chalo chesu. Stop political violence.
I am Zambian. I am against political violence.
I am Zambian, and I say disarm all cadres now.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
It's not good killing one another as Zambians. Stop the violence.
Let's keep the peace in our streets. Let's work to stay one Zambia.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
Ndi mwina Zambia, lekeni ukulwa pamulandu wa politics.
Welcome back, and now for international news. South Sudan is leading a major crackdown on plastic bag users, including armed arrest. It comes as plastic pollution impacts communities all along the River Nile, depleting livelihoods as it suffocates the environment. We monitored Sky News for this report.
What do you have there?
They're plastic bags and illegal, and the man hunting them down is South Sudan's eco-warrior.
You are under arrest. You're under arrest. You are the one I'm looking for.
Nile Majak is on a one-man crusade against plastics, determined to stamp them out and get them off the streets of the capital, Juba. It's not awfully popular. She hands over the black plastic bags as others are being rounded up and arrested.
My husband died. Someone killed him. He's working a communication man. I have two children.
Widow or not, mother or not, she too is going to be arrested. But it'll mean losing a day's takings, and she's distraught. Life is tough here, and plastics just not seen as an important issue. So she's given a second chance, but without the plastic bags her business relies on. When we met Niall, he was in charge of cleaning up the capital of the world's youngest nation. There's a tenuous ceasefire between fighting factions, so armed guards come with the territory.
Kenya this last Friday banned all single-use plastics such as water bottles and straws in its national parks, beaches, forests and other protected areas. Announced a year ago, the enforcement of this measure was confirmed by the country's Minister of Tourism, Najib Balala, in a letter sent to industrialists last week. 3 years after the ban on plastic bags, one of the strictest in the world, the new measure came into effect on World Environment Day last Friday. We monitored Africa News for this story.
On World Environment Day, Kenya banned all single-use plastics such as water bottles and straws from its national parks, beaches, forests and other protected areas. The implementation of the ban, first announced a year ago, was ordered in a letter from Tourism Minister Najib Balala last week. The ban took effect on Friday, 3 years after Kenya announced one of the world's strictest bans on plastic bags. Prior to the outbreak of the new coronavirus, Kenya welcomed some 2 million tourists annually to see the big 5 animals in its national parks or visit its stunning coastline. Like much of the world where plastic bags, cups, food wrappers, bags, straws and lids are made to be used once and then tossed away, Kenya is battling the curse of plastic pollution, which chokes turtles, cattle and birds and blights the landscape. The United Nations Environment Programme estimates more than 8.3 billion tons of plastic have been produced globally since the early 1950s, and about 60% of which ended up in landfill or the natural environment.
Finally, in foreign news, tens of thousands of people have taken part in more anti-racism protests across the UK, with the statue of a 17th century slave trader pulled down in Bristol and dumped in the city's harbour. The monument to Edward Colston had stood in the city centre for more than a century. Protests took place in several other parts of the UK, with thousands of people gathering at the US Embassy in London. The demonstrations followed the killing of George Floyd by U.S. police in Minnesota, which has led to mass protests across the United States. The young organizers of the protests in the UK told the BBC that they are the generation to bring about real change. In the past fortnight, the Black Lives Matter hashtag has been used 40 million times on social media, and many people have shared their experiences of racism.
300 years after his death, Edward Colston's fall from grace. For centuries, he took pride of place in Bristol, celebrated as a merchant, politician and philanthropist. Now reviled for his part in the slave trade.
That statue represents years of oppression, it represents years of hurt and just a lot of emotion and hatred that has been built up inside of us. We've internalized for years, and that coming down today hopefully signifies change. Hopefully we've sent a message not just to everyone in the UK or the USA, worldwide.
Cast in bronze, now daubed with graffiti, one of Bristol's most famous sons. Some protesters knelt on his neck, a reference to the death of George Floyd across the Atlantic. This had begun as a Black Lives Matter demonstration, but it ended in the historic docks where Colston's ships once sailed.
Gone. You're gone.
Jasmine is a trainee teacher.
What do you say to somebody who lives in Bristol who's horrified by the fact that this is gone?
People might say it's vandalism, but black people have to walk these streets. Black slaves built Bristol. We have to walk these streets and see that statue of Colston's every day. That's what it means. That statue is a kick in the face to all black people.
That item concludes the Kopala TV main news for today, but before we go, we recap on our headlining stories. Gears urges MPs to stand up and defend democracy. Zanasu tracks institutions and individuals inciting students to protest. NCP urges youth not to protest. And in international news, River Nile plastic bag users in South Sudan face armed arrest. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. Make sure to catch us every day at 18:30 with repeats at 21 hours, 7 a.m. and 12 in the afternoon. Join our online community as well by subscribing to our YouTube channel and following our Facebook page at Kopala TV. From all of us here at Kopala TV, my name is Wabila Musongole, and enjoy the rest of your day.